I'm Joshua Hanlon in Indianapolis for Gen Con 2017. If you aren't familiar with Gen Con, it's a massive gaming convention here in the United States. 65,000 people attending this year. It's sold out. There's all sorts of really fun games and costumes and everything and talks and so much cool stuff going on at Gen Con. Behind me here is Super Robo Rally, which is an awesome LEGO game that we were able to watch, and we had a chance to chat with Bryan Bonahoom from Brickworld about how it works.
We are here at Gen Con with Steve Hassenplug's Mindchild Super Robo Rally, where we've taken a board game and turned it into a LEGO masterpiece with actual working robots. And we're just getting ready to start a game of what we call King of the Hill. So the robots are just starting to move. The objective is to get out to the center of the board and sit on those red squares in the middle of the board and gain points throughout the game. Meanwhile, other robots will be pushing you around. You might run into the conveyor belts and get slid around the board in ways you didn't intend. So what you have out here, a combination of 10 robots. Some of them are duplicates of pieces from the actual Richard Garfield Robo Rally game. And some are some better-known characters that you might recognize, like Android, R2-D2, and Creeper. Of course, Wally's out there, too, because what robot game would be complete without a Wally? So.
Exactly. So how does the controls work with this? I see some people sitting over here seem to have some phones that are doing something.
Right. So the whole game is designed around a Raspberry Pi controller that's running a web server, and it's running a SQL server, and all the Python scripts and C# code and everything that goes with that, so that it can talk Wi-Fi to Android devices that the players hold, and they get their card hands dealt to them on the phones. They choose 5 moves, and then the game's going to execute 5 moves before they can change anything. So they choose their moves, it goes back into the server, and the Raspberry Pi does all of its magic, and then it talks Bluetooth down to the NXT-controlled robots, and the LEGO moves around the board.
Okay, that's really fascinating. So talk about the different tiles we've got here. You mentioned the red ones is kind of the end goal to get there. What else do we have here?
So you see orange conveyor belts that are just regular single-speed conveyor belts. You see blue conveyor belts that are double-speed belts. You see some dark blue squares. This is kind of a factory floor thing, so that's spilled water. If you get into the spilled water, then what you do is you lose motion off your robot like you're spinning your tires in the water. You see a bunch of green squares. Those are the start squares. Just we know where to put the robots to start the game, and the gears behind there. Those are kind of conveyance gears. They'll rotate a product, or rotate a robot. And finally, you see a couple of blue squares with wrenches and hammers on them. Those are repair squares. In case your robot's damaged, you go sit there and you get repaired. Okay. And at the very far back corner of the field, which you may or may not be capturing on camera, is 2 black hole pits. Where there he goes. He's got one of the black pits, and if you fall in those, that's the pit of despair. You're immediately put into the Princess Bride movie, and that's the end of you.
That's it. No more robot there. Okay, well, yeah, this is really neat. So you mentioned this is King of the Hill they're playing. How many different sorts of versions or scenarios can you set up on this?
Well, it's truly infinite. But what we actually play, we play a standard Robo Rally game, and in a standard Robo Rally game, on another day here at Gen Con, we would have the flag set up, maybe one in the middle and then one in each corner, and we have walls that create mazes around 1 or 2 of the flags, and we make it a lot harder to get to the flags. Right now we've made it easy. The whole idea is for the players that are novices in this game to get to the middle of the board and start pushing each other around and kind of have a rumble in the middle of the board, because it's fun to watch. The other games that we play down here are more serious, and more serious Robo Rally players will come play those games, and they want to play where they have to work the strategy and really try to come out ahead versus just playing a few turns and having a good time.
Exactly, yeah. And so you mentioned we're here at Gen Con. It's a about 4-day weekend, so that means you're running this game a lot over those days. How does this stuff generally stand up? Do all the moving parts and everything withstand wear pretty well?
With what we do, yeah, it's actually done very well. We refurbed the internals on some of the robot bodies earlier this summer. That was the first time we'd really done a lot of work on them in 5 years. So it's held up well. The robot bases are the standard system engineered design bases that we did when we actually made the Monster Chess game back in 2010, and we just used those same bases to run this game because they were proven out and ready to go. someone may be wondering, why don't we do this at our LEGO shows? Because we obviously, if you see on the sign, we were advertising Brickworld and everything while we're here. We don't run this a lot at the LEGO shows because people walk in and go, oh, what a cool LEGO creation, but they really have no idea what the game is, so it's not meaningful. You come to a gaming convention like Gen Con, and people literally come down the escalators or into the main lobby where we're at, and you just hear them exclaim, oh, Robo Rally! And they get really excited about the fact that this game has been supersized. And people have been walking up this week and have heard several say, oh, it's life-sized Robo Rally. And we've come up with the retort, no, it's actually quarter scale. So it's really great to be here. We love the excitement that it generates amongst the people that come to the show. And Gen Con apparently likes us here because they've been bringing us back for a long time.
Here's phase 5, last turn of the game.
Let's gonna leave with a victory. I made it. I'm happy with myself. Did you get any better?
There we go. Android finished with 12 points. Yay!
Oh, yay!
Hammerbot has 9. Twitch has 7. Wally has 6. Zoom has 3. Spinbot has 2. R2D2, Twonky, Hulk, and Creeper all played. Yay! Thanks for playing.